Welcome back to Third Eye Global. A lot has happened since you last tuned in. Charlie Kirk's assassin has been found. That's right. Here before us, we have a flowchart that I assembled. It's not complete, but it'll do its job. I'm going to take you through it, as well as watch a Fox News live stream breaking down the events, details about the killer. You're only getting this coverage here at Third Eye Global, kick.com/Philion. Let's get into it. So, Wednesday, 12:23 p.m., Tyler Robinson, who we didn't know at the time, shot and killed Charlie Kirk using a Mauser 30-06 bolt-action rifle. At the time, a lot of people were saying, there's no way it's 30-06. There's got to be a professional assassin 200 yards away. Impossible shot to make. After some contemplation, a lot of sharpshooters came out and said it's actually a fairly easy shot to make and you could learn it in about a week. And if you're talented, a couple of days. Some people thought Charlie Kirk was wearing a bulletproof vest and he got shot in the chest and it spiked up and hit his neck. Didn't happen. He was not wearing a bulletproof vest. There was a seemingly lack of security at the event. I don't even know if people were checking tickets. I mean, Charlie Kirk was just doing what he normally did, and that was debate college students. Now, on the rifle itself, there's a couple things that stand out, right? First of all, the scope is really far back, which is odd. Second of all, the bullets were engraved. Now, I believe Steven Crowder leaked this, and he's actually in some hot water right now because he wasn't supposed to. Writings engraved on ammunition used by Charlie Kirk's killer. Fired casing. Notices bulges. OWO. What's this? So for those of you who don't know what that means, that is a deep 4chan meme talking about furries. I could pull it up. Utah resident Tyler Robinson, 22, has been named as the man who allegedly shot and killed Charlie Kirk, and the casing of a fired bullet related to the incident was reportedly inscribed with "Notices bulge, OWO, what's this?" This phrase is a reference to a viral copy pasta that parodies online furry and roleplay culture that appeared online back in 2013. So what does the phrase mean, and what does the "notices bulge" mean? Well, if you guys are online like me, you already know what this means. Here's the original meme. You see two fat goblins talking to each other. Hee hee, you're a cutie ×3, flops beside you and nuzzles. Aw, nuzzles you back and pounces on you and notices your bulge. What's this? This is some deep Discord kitten type shit. Now, what pisses me off so much about this is that is the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk. Besides the violation of human life that took place, that is such a stupid fucking meme. That was just one of the bullets. The second one, which was unfired, said, "Hey fascist, catch," with up to the right, down, down, down. Now, if you guys have played Helldivers 2, that is how you stratagem a bomb. That was the video game reference. Oh, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. That is a anti-fascist Italian song that rice farmers used in Italy. And then the last one's, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." So we have an amalgamation of video games, anti-fascist sayings, 4chan, memology, and just some flavor text. Now, for those of you who don't know what 30-06 is, that's the caliber. It is very high-powered, and it's used in deer hunting. This gun, a Mauser, is quite common, and you can find it in Europe as well as America at pretty much any hunt shop. It's nothing professional. An assassin surely wouldn't use this gun, nor would they scope it like that. Nor would they aim for the head, which is seemingly what Tyler Robinson did. Now, there is a lot of unknown information about this, and I did my best to map some of the things here that I think are important to talk about, okay? Don't pay mind to the red and green. They roughly indicate whether they're cleared. Red is still unknown, right? So, the guy who asked the question, right before Charlie Kirk was shot, somebody asked a question in reference to mass murders, mass shootings rather, in relation to trans people, and Charlie Kirk says, "Are we accounting for gang violence, etc.?" Boom, shot goes off. That kid was horrified instantly, and he was actually just interviewed by Channel 5 News. He had nothing to do with, he wasn't like a signal. I know that was a conspiracy theory at some point. Now, a lot of footage was released from the event, and there was a guy who stole the hats, like the merch, and started throwing them to people. And I'll show you that clip. And I just want to know what goes through your head. I mean, let's take a look here.
Yeah. Grab me out. Hey, yo, grab me out. Let's go up, guys. Come on. Let's go up, guys. I don't know. Let's go. I have no idea. Let's go. Come on, guys. What are you doing? Get the fuck out.
As you can see, the based security guard shoves him and says, "What the fuck are you doing? Get out of here." If somebody's head just got nearly blown off and your first initial reaction is to take some hats, may God have mercy on your soul. Okay, so I don't know what he was doing. Then there was a guy who cheered. This one is really disturbing and it doesn't really have an answer. I don't think I'm gonna show the clip of him cheering. I don't remember if this is his explanation, but I don't want to re-traumatize anyone. Yeah, so this guy's name is R to the power of X. This was the guy that was identified as the one that cheers right after Charlie Kirk dies. If you see here, yeah, you might recognize his face. I promise to talk, but only after silence and only to 2. I've already secured 1. The other will come. I wish I could respond to everything coming in, but it's not possible, so forgive me. There's a lot of rage directed at me, but I promise you'll understand when I speak, and I eagerly await a return to silence. Some are upset because I smile, some because I cheer, and others because they don't have the information yet. For everything Charlie represented, I was there for him, not for his words. I just wanted to meet him. Please, please, please. I'm not like everyone else, and it's not just to judge me by an edited clip. You would not wish this upon yourselves, please. So he got ratioed into oblivion considering he's got 300 likes and nearly 4,000 comments. I saw one explanation that he was trying to distract so that security could do their job, but I don't know how that comes into your head after you see someone get killed in front of you. It was highly disturbing and really fucking weird. And this is where it gets interesting, okay? I saved this one tweet that I'll pull up. This right here. I want to know why a bunch of troons seem to know it was going to happen. For those of you who don't know, that is a derogatory term for a trans person. And this is in response to a tweet that says, Trump, Kirk shooting seems to be a one-off, not part of a network. Which I disagree with. I don't know what is going on, but I need to know the truth because there's more on the table that needs to be discussed. So with that being said, 4chan launched an investigation and they profiled somebody named Sky Veladez, okay? This is a 4chan user saying, if the shooter isn't Sky, then the coincidences are absolutely insane. The most damning piece of evidence is the tweet from a person named Omar Najera, also a they, them, who said Charlie Kirk is going to get killed tomorrow. The person who tweeted that is connected to Sky on IG, so this attack was known in his circles. The circumstantial evidence around Sky is overwhelming, and his skinny body type face, even the acne, all match up. I will shove an entire shoe up my ass if Sky isn't the shooter. So, the reason why Sky was circulating the internet and was framed as a potential assailant was because Sky Veladez posted a song on SoundCloud called Charlie Kirk Dead at 31, and the account is from Utah. Now, I don't know who titles their songs that. The name of the band is God's Finest Scalpel, but they are connected, seemingly, to Omar, who tweeted this. Omar, or Najra Galvs, tweeted, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. Let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. Now, what the fuck is going on here? This was posted September 9th, okay? So, day before the shooting, leaves a digital footprint asking for the death, evaporates him literally, of Charlie Kirk, and then posts a troll-faced dog, says, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. Now, I believe that they're in a band together. That is my educated guess. I can confirm it. This would be the Omar character in question here. In the band. So, I don't know what's going on. And they also have a digital footprint of being LGBTQ trans adjacent. Now, I have a conspiracy bubble over here, which, I don't know if you guys saw this. There was a potential private jet that took off and then turned off their transponder or their radar on ADSB, which is illegal to do. And it's funded by Israel, apparently. I just think this is schizo posting. I think people are grasping at straws, and I think it's spreading false information. It's clearly not true. What the fuck? A private jet left Provo Airport, which is a 12-minute drive from Utah Valley University, an hour after Charlie Kirk was shot. 30 minutes into the flight, the plane illegally dropped off at its ADSB, which shows its location, and it seems like it was taken down. But the other conspiracy is that he was a professional assassin. Nothing about this seems professional in the slightest. He did not even change his Chuck Taylor Converse sneakers, and he left a digital footprint, and he interacted on Discord with his roommate about picking up the rifle, pretty much outlining what he was going to do. Now, I guess we could entertain the fact that perchance he was radicalized by a certain group or agency. I don't know. It's a bit too early to dissect that. Bro's a schizo 4chaner, nothing more than that. Or Discord kitten, yeah. You got the left saying that he's a right-wing conservative. You got the right saying he's Antifa. To me, it's clear he's a radical leftist. That much is apparent. Now, let's watch a video. This was a live stream from Fox News covering all the details, and we will commentate when we have questions and insights. This was posted this morning. Charlie Kirk assassination suspect Tyler Robinson in custody.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with...
Why would a MAGA supporter kill Kirk? He's a leftist. So, I agree. But there are some people out there that think that right-wing accelerationists, which partake or can manifest into nihilistic violence to bring about actual radical change, meaning stepping on the gas, collapsing the entire system, aka assassinating people, to create a war between the two sides, to ignite a civil war. That is the thought process.
Information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed.
Because if you're a right-wing accelerationist and you're insane enough to assassinate someone, that could be the spark to light the fuse of an actual war.
The incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years.
So last night, the FBI had a meeting at UVU with Kash Patel, although he didn't have any words, where they released surveillance footage of the shooter arriving on campus and leaving campus, planting the gun, and jumping off the roof. Now, the footage was blurry. People have a lot of questions. The manhunt seemed unprofessional from an outsider's point of view. It seemed disjointed. I know they got him within 33 hours, but the mechanism in which he was found was that after they posted the photos, the family's minister reached out to the dad, and the son apparently confessed to it. And then the dad took him to the police station. I mean, what are we talking about here? What a Looney Tunes way to catch someone. Like, I know the importance of opening it up to the public, but it seems like that was the Hail Mary pass. I don't understand how they didn't track this kid the second he pulled the trigger. 33 hours is a pretty long time.
The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
And we didn't even talk about the boomer. Do you guys remember that? There was an old man who was thought to be the shooter at first, and he said, "I'd do it again. Shoot me, shoot me." What the fuck? You're telling me this man was just a distraction? He's a known political antagonist. I mean, like, what? Was that just, the assassin's lucky day? He just happened to have a schizophrenic old man willing to take the blame?
The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush.
So Tyler and Tyler's roommate are talking to each other, and on the Discord messages, Tyler tells him about retrieving a rifle from a drop point. Does that mean the roommate is implicated? What? Huh? Clearly, he was not acting fully alone. I think the FBI needs to dig deeper, look at the Discord logs, and really see what's going on here. Because what are the statistical odds of somebody naming a song, Charlie Kirk Dead at 31, and then that person's friend allegedly saying something big is going to happen tomorrow? I hope Charlie Kirk gets evaporated, by the way.
Messages
way too many open-ended questions. I know we're still early in the investigation, but
related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle.
And if you guys have been paying attention, last night they said they're looking into a possible foreign connection. So vague. What does that mean? People's minds are going everywhere. Of course it's going to Israel first. And George Zinn, the boomer.
Wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages.
And then Netanyahu says, oh, it's the radical Islamics. Like, what? Huh?
From the contact, Tyler also mentioned that he had changed.
They released the footage, and then his family and the public brought him to the police, and they didn't really have to search. That's what it seems like. Bro, they couldn't even identify him.
Outfits. I know there's been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings.
We know what these writings are, but let's humor us and hear him say them out loud.
Those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I will share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it.
Let's talk about the rifle and the footage of Tyler getting to campus and where the gun actually was. So this is the Mauser that was recovered in the grassy area. As you can see, I believe this is 44 inches, and you would not be able to field strip this. So if you're running after assassinating someone, you're not disassembling it, putting it back together, then leaving it in the woods. That is preposterous. So he brought the gun to campus. Now what sticks out to me is the footage of the Ring camera where Tyler Robinson is limping. See if we can find that quick.
We also have...
So this was before the shooting, recorded from a Ring doorbell or security camera footage in the neighborhood, about a quarter mile from campus.
It is believed to be because that person has a rifle in the pants and they are walking very difficult because...
Now, mental image of that Mauser. How is that hidden in the pants? It's got to be alongside the back, in my opinion. I think he's wearing it almost like a backpack or like a quiver, right? And that's why he has the backpack over his shoulders to obfuscate most of the mass of the rifle. And I'm pretty sure the barrel would be pointing down. And if you think about it in your head, you mentalize this, the barrel is probably on the back of his right kneecap, which is why he can't bend it all the way.
Of that object that is inside of the pants. Take a look here of that limp right there. And you can see there the suspect continuing to walk the street there, very close to where the venue was. And then this is after.
You guys think it's in the back or to the side? Either way, he's got the scope up his ass. He keistered a rifle.
Where we see now that suspect clearly running in the field.
Now, this is after the assassination. He drops it off in this wooded area, and then you'll see him emerge on the other side.
And this was all obtained there by TMZ. And, of course, police are looking at that. The feds are looking at that as well. But this is the newest video that we are seeing of all this play out. And again, just happening moments ago as well, we are getting
But like, where is the gun here? I mean, that's a big rifle. Now, I don't know if I'm the schizo one here, but I'm pretty sure this shirt is given out to disabled veterans, land of the free, home of the brave. It has some significance with like hurt vets. Yeah, his right pant leg does look weird now that you think about it. So maybe that was all part of the plan. Look at the back of his leg, you see the imprint. Here?
a new shot of the person of interest, the suspect.
That's just insane to hide a rifle in your pant leg.
Where these new images just released by the Utah Department of Public Safety. I want to show you this one as well, a little bit closer up. You can see what they are hoping that by releasing these photos and
Bro, if I wear jeans tight enough, you're seeing my mushroom tip. I mean, how do you not see a rifle on bro's leg?
images, that somebody out there is going to recognize this individual. There is a $100,000 reward.
So this right here, this imprint's got to be part of the gun.
For the capture and arrest of this individual that is accused of killing.
Yeah, so it looks like the dad's getting $100K and he's getting his son out of the house. So he's paying off his mortgage and he's that's a double W.
Charlie Kirk just yesterday. All right, we are going to be keeping an eye on all of this here for you on Live Now from Fox. Again, we are 40.
Let's go back to the video.
Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?" Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point."
Digging the accountability on dad to hand him over. I just don't understand the fucking thought process here, right? The second you decide that you're going to assassinate someone, you're basically signing a Faustian deal. Because the second you pull the trigger, you are now wanted. 5 GTA stars. There's no escaping. It's only a matter of time because you as an individual have to sleep. FBI, CIA, intelligence, Palantir, whatever, they don't have to sleep. And your face is everywhere. So unless you have a plan of getting out of the country and never returning ever and living the rest of your life looking over your shoulders in a foreign country, like sure, maybe. But the chances that you actually escape are very, very slim. Or you self-delete. That's the only option. Because what are you talking about? This kid just went back home and was like, "Hey, what's up, Dad? Oh, what's for dinner tonight?" Like, imagine the dad being like, "Son, you got anything to tell me?" "Son, you want to tell me something?" "Yeah, what'd you get up to today?" Come here. Just puts him in a sleeper hold. Yeah, you're fucking grounded, bucko. No, but seriously, let's think about this, right? You're looking at the TV screen for the most wanted fugitive in the world, and then you're looking at your son and you're like, "Are you winning, son?" I'm pretty sure he was brainwashed enough to think he would get away with it. This is what I don't understand, because this kid was framed as being super intelligent, right? I'm serious. This is not me saying this. You look it up on the internet. Near perfect ACT score, $32,000 scholarship, whatever. Book smart. He never changed his shoes. The plan was slightly elaborate. He left a digital footprint on Discord. So this is what this is telling me. Not a professional, didn't think this through, not as smart as people think, and is just a fucking radical lunatic. Zero common sense whatsoever.
Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and
huge retard, actually.
3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow, Chow," and a third...
He could have been used by intelligence assets to carry out the attack. You could never run from those sort of thoughts. I mean, with every shooting, there's going to be that conspiratorial side to it where it's like, was bro activated? Those possibilities. It's said with every shooting. And I get it, because there's so many weird questions, but Occam's razors tell me this kid was just a fucking deranged Discord kitten, communist shaitan.
Unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." We are indebted to law enforcement across the state who has worked seamlessly together.
Yeah, just a fucking mentally ill furry.
local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're grateful for everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice.
Would I ease his sentence to life if he ratted out his whole network and accomplices? No. Nope.
I think the public, who has been so engaged, reviewing videos, helping us with sending in tips, and helping us get to this point. I want to thank the
Bella Ciao is a reference to a popular anti-fascist song. Yep, we're aware.
Family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well. I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them as we bring justice in this case. They will be involved in that justice. We will be working very closely with them as we move through this process as well. This is a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah, but I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure to this very dark chapter in our nation's history. With that, I will now turn the microphone over to the Director of the FBI, Kash Patel.
Thank you, Governor.
As an American, I just don't know if Kash Patel is the man for the job. Everything I've seen has been kind of a fumble.
This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory. I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump, the Vice President, and the entire White House who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally to the FBI as a team. They had our backs the entire way, and I just want to express my gratitude for giving us the resources we need to operate in this space to bring this sort of justice at this sort of speed.
But I wonder, in the eyes of the administration, like they caught the killer within 33 hours. Is that considered a W? I feel like we just got to raise the standards here. I mean, the collective hive mind really kind of did some heavy lifting. And then the public was just like, oh, that's him. Like the killer was turned in by his dad.
In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie. Governor Cox, our partnership...
I still can't believe there wasn't a drone in the sky. It does not cost much, and it's just a serious deterrence. It's a first line of defense. A fucking Mavic drone in the sky. You can look at every single rooftop. You could send this thing for miles. You could send it so high, nobody can even hear it anymore.
Has been absolutely incredible these last few days. Our partnership will endure. Your state and local partners, your sheriffs, your
Campus police says they were a small force or something, so maybe no budget. Yeah, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right? Nobody could have ever predicted this whatsoever actually happening. Perhaps there was allusions to it on social media about the ramping up of political violence and rhetoric and painting people as evil, sure. But for it to actually happen, nobody can actually say, unless there's something to those tweets, right? But based on what I saw, I mean, the shot was just... Some of the framing was that he had a chance for a second. But a lot of people are like, I don't know about that if you saw the footage. And having seen the footage, I probably agree with them. However, was there not an ambulance? Because I'm pretty sure he was lifted into like a car. Where is the EMS? I don't know if that would have made a difference. I'm just saying. The college that I went to had fucking trained volunteer... I'm pretty sure they were paid, actually. Student body... that were campus medics, like professional EMS, with fully kitted ambulances and equipment needed for life-saving stuff. I don't know. I'm just saying preparation is key, especially if you are a large figure. It's security detail, drones, EMS, whole nine, minimum.
PS community has been unbelievably impressive in the hardest of times. And a case like this cannot be solved, cannot be brought without partnering with your state and local authorities. The FBI has a certain role to play, and we will play that role, and we will lead out for the federal government. But Governor Cox, we are so grateful for your state partnership that led out on this investigation. A little bit of the timeline. Charlie was shot at 12:23 p.m. on Wednesday. The first FBI agents arrived on scene in 16 minutes with chiefs of police at 12:39 and secured the scene. The FBI immediately launched fixed-wing asset.
You know what's going to ruin my day? I'm just kidding. Because I said 12:33, not 12:23. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm so cracked. I'm so cracked. I'm so cracked. This is why here at Third Eye Global, you must follow your gut and stay high energy. My gut reaction was correct, as always. There's a lesson in there. Who am I thinking that I got something wrong?
We utilize these assets to transport personnel, specialty technicians, hostage rescue teams. We also utilize these assets to go back and forth from the East Coast and here in Utah to transport forensic evidence and other evidence that will be analyzed and is being analyzed at our FBI laboratories in Quantico and other laboratories, including the ATF. At my direction, the FBI released the first set of FBI photos of the suspect at 10 a.m. local time on 9/11. Then, shortly thereafter, the FBI reward of $100,000 was released at 10:45 a.m. local. Myself and Deputy Director Bongino.
So do these cash prizes actually get paid out? I heard some people say that they just never get paid out, and they're just lying. Like, imagine you get a check for $100K or just wired right into your bank account.
Arrived on the scene at approximately 5:30 p.m. on 9/11. The governor let
All I want to know is the dad getting $100K? And why is it only $100K? With the ability to print infinite money and the fucking budget that we have, bro, this shit should be at least $10 million. Yo, $10 million to whoever can find the killer. $100K is nothing. Sorry. That's operating expenses.
Press conference last night at approximately 8 p.m. where at my direction, the FBI released a never-before-seen video of the suspect. We also released new images to the public of the suspect.
Assassin's father looks like he watches Fox News and says slurs after throwing back a few. Patriot. I think he's ex-military. Also, the consensus is that Tyler Robinson was the only radical leftist in his family. Everyone else was super conservative.
Just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox.
Why does the FBI glaze itself so hard? We released images to the public. Wow, bro, you have access to CCTV and took a screenshot. That's what I'm saying. I'm not impressed.
The suspect was apprehended in historic...
They had the wrong suspect twice. Kash Patel tweeted, "We literally have the assailant." And then he deleted the tweet. He's like, "Oh, sorry, whoops."
time period. And I want to highlight what Governor Cox said. This would not have been possible without you, the media, and you, the public. That's why we went so public, so fast, and we're so transparent, and we're committed to that transparency.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Did you? Are you sure?
The crime scene, just a little bit there. It is a large crime scene. State and local authorities, along with federal authorities, processed that crime scene quickly. And I even had the ability to walk through that crime scene and walk through the steps the suspect took to learn more about what was needed and what resources we needed to bear to create a full picture for the FBI and leadership back in Washington. Furthermore, thankfully to state and local partners, forensic evidence has been seized and continues to be garnered. Forensic evidence.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the FBI is the glue between local law enforcement, and perhaps they open up various communication pipelines, but they just take credit for everything. We'll take it from here. Yep, just give us all your resources. Okay, thanks, bye.
This has already been evaluated at FBI laboratories in Quantico and state and local authorities here. We will continue to process evidence as we see it, as we collect it, and we will continue to deliver it to Governor Cox and his team. Last night, we had a total of approximately 7,000 7,000 leads. As of this morning, thanks to your great work, we have over 11,000 leads that were called in to the FBI. And we are running out every single lead that we can. Every one of those leads will be run out. The arrest is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement being great. and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI.
Various communication pipelines, except all they did was release footage to the news and internet. I know. They're like, do your job. They're tapping my iPhone 24/7 for this bullshit. People think the Palantir stock is going to drop. They didn't do shit.
There is no better relationship for law enforcement than the FBI to partner with state and local authorities, and you've seen it here in these last few days.
I think we get the picture here. Last thing I want to bring up in relation to this is the footage of him leaving campus.
We're going to go to that press conference we've been awaiting.
Thank you, Governor. Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety.
So they are recording a television screen, by the way. You would think they would release this footage in digital format so that you could really kind of see the details. And we can see the glaring key light bouncing off the screen.
If you look up to the top left, you'll see the building where the shooter was proned out in the top left corner.
They can't even release footage right. Like, they need someone in there. I would do the job if the price is right. Like, guys, come on. We're living in the digital age here, okay? There's better ways to do this.
We'll go ahead and play that video, and I'll narrate as we walk through that. So
why would they want you to see their operation in higher detail? Well, they clearly need help because they're releasing this to the public and they're asking for anything in relation to the case because they had no leads. Bro, there was a guy, I don't know if it was local law enforcement or higher up. They were like, yeah, we have no idea who the killer is.
Here you see the suspect ran behind that upper building. He's going to come out on the right, moves to this far right corner.
And then he disappears because the glare is blinding us.
As he does, he's going to climb off the edge. And then,
now, where's the rifle? This is what everyone is pissed about, okay? What's going on here? Am I supposed to believe that this is the rifle right here, covered by a black towel? This thing is 44 inches long.
Dropped down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions. There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a shoe.
He drops down, not very tactical.
Print where we believe the suspect.
Now, apparently he's just running away with the gun. And remember, you cannot field strip this. So it is full length. It's not in his pants. Unless this thing is collapsible or it's not as big as I think.
The suspect is clearly identified as wearing Converse tennis shoes. Again, we'll replay that again so you can get another
super professional assassin, by the way. Never changed his signature shoes.
View of that. It's important to note his black T-shirt, his black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. Those are all identifiable items that we're looking for. In the stills that are going to follow this, you're going to see a very distinctive T-shirt with
I can't believe nobody saw this kid jump off a fucking roof.
An American flag and appears to have an eagle on it. There's also a baseball cap with a triangle on it and a pair of sunglasses. All distinctive, all things that we would ask the public to look for and try to...
How tall is that roof? What do you say, about 15 feet? You lower yourself, he's probably getting it down to about, this is 12 feet. Yeah, so I mean, what, was that a 8-foot drop? 6-foot drop?
Have an eagle on it. There's also a baseball cap with a triangle on it and a pair of sunglasses.
That's at least 8 feet.
All distinctive, all things that we would ask the public to look.
You can't make that jump with a rifle under your clothing. You're going to sprain something. Yeah, he seems to have it in a towel in one hand, and then he jumps off.
Look for and try to identify if they know someone who has those items, who has been seen wearing those items. We're looking for all that information. Here you see the suspect after dropping off the building. He moved around across this grassy area, around the parking lot. We're going to pan to the right. After he crosses...
Could you imagine all these people that just had a glance at this kid? I mean, there's what, 10 people around him? And they're like, oh my God, that was the shooter. In retrospect,
street. This is where he moves over into the wooded area. This is the video evidence that we utilize to track his movements and to locate that firearm in that wooded area following the discovery of this evidence. Good. You want to go to the stills? So
We looked at these images already. I think that is going to be the most thorough breakdown you're going to see as of right now in regards to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. You already know. Kick.com/Philion, Third Eye Global. Don't apologize for being late because you're still early to the movement, and I will update you guys in real time about potential motives, new information, and breaking news.